Graph the hyperbola given by the equation blah blah blah. Identify and label the vertices, covertices, foci, and asymptotes. Well, this particular equation is not in the right form. So let's just rewrite that. We're going to have to complete the square just like we did with the ellipse. We're going to complete the square and see what happens from there. So we need to put all of our x's together, put all of our y's together, and we're going to move this 388 to the other side. Okay? Now remember, when you complete the square, a has to be 1, so we need to factor that coefficient out of these two terms. So factor out of 9, you're left with x squared minus 4x. Leave that space in there. Here we need a minus because that's what our hyperbola equation has in it, is a minus. So let's factor out a negative 4, and we're left with positive y squared and positive 10y. Just make sure negative 4 times that is negative 4, negative 4 times that is negative 40. So you just want to make sure you factored it correctly. From there, you take half of b and square it and add it to both sides. So half of 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4. We add 4. But we didn't just add 4, we added 36, which means we add 36 on this side as well. Now for the other one, just looking for a cool color. There we go. I don't know if this one's cool, but it'll work. So we take half of b and we square it. Well, half of 10 is 5, and 5 squared is 25. But sorry about my dog. We didn't just add 25. We added negative 4 times 25, which is a negative 100, which is what we have to put on this side as well. Now you want to factor each of those. So when we factor the first one, this will factor into x minus 2 all squared. This one will factor into y plus 5 all squared. 388 plus 36 minus 100. If we put all of that in our calculator, I think we get 324. Let me just make sure. Yes, 324. Now remember, we don't need these coefficients here, and we need this to be 1. So what we're going to do is divide both sides by 324. Well, 9 over 324 reduces to 36 in the denominator. So x minus 2 all squared over 36. 9 over 324 reduces to 1 over 36. And 4 over 324 reduces to 1 over 81. So we now have our equation in the proper form to work with it. So let's see what we can find from all of this information. First of all, x squared is listed first, which means we're going to have a horizontal hyperbola because of this one. We also know that a squared is 36, so a is plus or minus 6. We know that b squared is 81, so b is plus or minus 9. From that we can calculate c. So you're going to have c squared is equal to 36 plus 81, which is 117. So if you break down 117, let's see, that's going to be 3 times 39 39 is 3 times 13. So we have 3 square roots of 13. So we have our A, our B, and our C. Let's see what we can do with all of this. Do we know what the center is? Let's go back up to the equation right here. Our center is HK, so it's 2, -5. So let me write all of this up here. Our center is going to be 2, -5. We can go ahead and sketch that on our graph. 2, -5 is our center. Okay. We know that our vertices are going along the horizontal transverse axis, right? So our vertices are 6 units left and right of our center. 6 units left and right of our center. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the point 8, -5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the point -4, -5. So our vertices are -4, -5, and 8, -5. Now what else do we know? We can find our foci, because our foci are going to be 3 square roots of 13 units away from our center, to the left and to the right. Well, 3 square roots of 13 is about 10.8. This is about 10.8. Okay, so how do we work that? We know we're going to the left and right of our vertex, right? So we're adding that C to this 2. So we're going to have 2 plus, originally it was the square root of 117. That's easier to type. Whoa, that's not right. Square root of 117. There we go. So we're going to go to about 12.8, right? So when we graph it, well, here's 10, 11, 12.8, something like that. This is going to be one of our foci. So this is 2 plus 3 square roots of 13 and down to -5. We're also going to subtract it. So we're going to do 2 minus 3 square roots of 13, which is at -8.8. -8.8, and then down to -5, somewhere in here. So this one is 2 minus 3 square roots of 13, -5. So we have our vertices, we have our center, and we have our foci. Let me write those down. Now what else are we missing? We're missing our covertices and our asymptotes. Our covertices are based on B. Now since our hyperbola is horizontal, our covertices are going to go vertical from our center. So we're going to go 9 up and 9 down from the center. Now I don't really have enough room to go down, but we can figure it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is going to be the point 2, 4. And we're going to go 9 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right there. So that point is what point? That is the point 2 something. 2, that's -10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 2, negative 14. So we now have our covertices. They are 2, 4, and 2, negative 14. So now all we're missing is our asymptotes and then sketching the graph. To get the asymptotes, remember we have to use a formula that they gave us on the previous page. I'll just tell you what that formula is. So we have y is equal to plus or minus b over a x minus h plus k. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. This is our formula. If you want to know where to go find that, let me see if I can find it really fast. Right here, page 5. Whenever you have your x's listed first, this is your equation for your asymptotes. b over a x minus h plus k. That was on page 5. Okay, so what is b over a? Well, b was 9, a was 6. H is 2. K is negative 5. So this is the equation of our asymptotes, but we need to reduce that. So y is equal to plus or minus 3 halves x minus 2 minus 5. So I want you to notice the little pattern that you can get from this. Remember I said we use y equals mx plus b? Well, that's whenever your equation is in that particular form. This one has a quote unquote center at 2, 5, right? So we're starting at the point 2, 5 and we're doing this slope. So we're going to go up 3 over 2 from this point. So we can come back to our graph. Just start here. Instead of starting at the origin, we start at this point and do this slope. So we go up 3 over 2. This is going to be one of our asymptotes. Remember, it goes right through the center. And then we're also going to go the other direction. So we're going to go up 3 and back 2. All from the center. It's just an easier way to think about it, so you don't have to worry about formulas and calculating values. You just literally do what the problem says to do, right? Okay, we have all of our asymptotes. We have all of the information they asked us for. We're only missing our graph. So the graph of this hyperbola, where are our vertices? They are here. So this graph looks something like this. I know it's not the most beautiful, but there we go.